Machismo and Marianismo are two cultural concepts that describe traditional gender roles. Machismo emphasizes traditional masculine traits, mostly in men. Machismo is the traditional gender role of men. Describe masculine trait plus strength, dominance, assertiveness, and pride. It encourages men to be providers and decision makers. Marianismo represents traditional feminine virtues like purity, self-sacrifice, and moral superiority. Idealize women as nurturing, submissive, and devoted to family and home. It encourages women to prioritize family needs over personal aspiration. Both machismo and Marianismo perpetuate rigid gender rules, contributing to gender inequality and limiting individual potential. In a modern time, or in our era, many people change the traditional rule of both. In this time, women can do what men can. Misogyny and misandry are two forms of prejudice that involves negative attitudes or hatred towards a particular gender. Misogyny refers to the dislike or hatred of women, often because of societal beliefs that men are superior or higher than women. This can lead to women being treated unfairly or being seen as less capable. Can be seen in statements that belittle or demean women, such as belittling that women are not capable of leadership roles. Misandry refers to hating or disliking men. While this is also harmful, it's not as deeply rooted in societal power structures as misogyny. Can be seen in statements that generalize or degrade men, saying that all men are abusers. Both are negative and can hurt people, but they have different impacts due to historical and societal concepts.
Good day, ma'am. I'm Request Migalang. My topic is all about gender equality. Gender equality, a perverse global issue, encompasses the systematic discrimination based on the individual sex or gender, leading to the consistent privilege of one gender over another. The global gender gap reports the World Economic Forum reveals that the Philippines has made a notable advancement in terms of gender equality, resulting in a rise of three positions. Example of gender equality: everyone has the same access to to education and job. Men and women are paid fairly for the same work. Both genders can make decisions fairly about their lives and families. No one is discriminated against or judged because of the gender. Gender crimes. Gender crimes. Gender crimes, also known as gender-based crimes, are complex of the face of criminals' behavior that resolve around the perpetration of criminal act against individuals on the basis of their biological sex and or societal expectation attribute to their gender roles. Gender-based crimes arise from the confluence of the factors that intersect with the individual's biological sex and societal gender roles. The example of gender crimes. Number one, rape or sexual assault. Forcing someone to have sexual contacting without consent. Domestic violence, hurting a partner or family members, especially emotionally and mentally. Sexual harassment, making the unwanted sexual comments, jokes, or actions. Human trafficking, forcing people, often women or children, into a labor or sex work. Honor killings because of the belief of the bring shame to the family.
Good day, ma'am. I am Luxie Apostol, one of the reporters. So my assigned topic is crime beyond sexual violence. While gender-based crime often bring to mind instances of sexual violence, it is crucial to recognize. So it refers to all gender-based harm do not involve sexual act but still committed because of a person's gender. So let's move the non-sexual. Non-sexual attack targeting an individual based on their gender are equally significant manifestation of gender crime. So first, we have the domestic abuse by abusing their partner. So economic abuse by controlling someone's work or access to resources because of their gender. 3. Gender discrimination, denying someone education, work, or opportunity because of their gender. These attacks are often fueled by prejudice, misconception surrounding tradition, gender roles, and expectation. So usually some people still believing their tradition or what they are believe about how men and women should behave. Prejudice, misconception make them think women are less powerful or should follow gender rules, which leads to unfair treatment and violence against women and girls. Men bears a disproportionate of gender-based crime. So, ang mga babae, sila ang mga vulnerable kaysa crime. Sila ang affected. So, yung tawag sa gender-based crime. So, this crime, whether or assaulting ba, harassment, or non-sexual harassment like domestic violence or threats or restricting their freedom. Impact on men. While men and boys might be considered less vulnerable of gender-based crime, these are not immune to its effects. So, ang mga lalaki, di sila affected or vulnerable sa gender-based crime, pero sometimes na ma-consider dyan sa kay ma-affect ilang mga behavior or what else. So, men who deviate from tradition and masculinity may become victim of attack and aim of target of questioning their gender identity. So boys too might encounter bullying and violence due to perceived deviation from society expectation of their behavior. So usually, men who do not act accordingly to a society expectation of their tradition, they are bullying, criticism, or even violence from others. So, meaning, usually, ang mga tao sa society na-adapt na nila ang tradition or expectation sa imuhang activities should be as a man. So, but what if imuhang desire is volleyball, dancing, and fashion instead of basketball, soccer, or other man? Posible i-judge juga nila kung kanay mga activities.
So, good evening, ma'am. The Philippines struggle with gender-based violence increased by technology. Online gender-based violence (OGBV) is a significant issue. OGB includes identity theft, online threat, cyber-stalking, surveillance, cyber-flashing, digital and gender-based hate speech. 165% increase in intimate partner violence and domestic violence during the COVID-19 pandemic. Job losses and incomes insecurity, exhibited power, imbalance in abusive relationship. 75 documented OGBV cases in 2021 involving authorized photo sharing trades and data. So, abuse created fake social media accounts using victim identities to harass them or their contact. Mobile phone and social media are primary venues for OGBV. So, mobile device and platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, Twitter are deeply embedded in social and personal interaction. Few offenders are held accountable through legal means. So, GPS tracking and spyware enable abuser to monitor victim movements and communication. Transgender individuals are particularly vulnerable, highlighting a need for comprehensive intervention to create safe and inclusive environments. So when perpetrators of human rights violations are held accountable in create impunity. Due to the social stigma and lack of acceptance, transgender people face a disproportionality high evidence and assault, discrimination, and mental health problems. The occurrence in question has intense discussion inside the nation, encompassing nationalist function as well as a proponent of LGBTQ rights, especially implementing the inherent nature for gender parity and fundamental human rights. The United Demands of Jennifer Laude underscores the pressing necessity for a comprehensive alternative and addressing discrimination and violence against transgender individuals as well as the wider LGBTQ community. The entrance exemplifies and broader concern pertaining the crimes based of gender inside the nation, highlighting the imperative need to robust legal structures and societal transformation to safeguard the well-being, the respect of individual of all. Furthermore, one example to highlighting this subject is the case involving Jennifer Laude, a transgender woman hailing from Olongapo City, has brought attention to the present obstacles encountered by LGBTQ community in the Philippines in relation to. That's all. Thank you.